Hi, everyone. Welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. Well, there's a different background, but I told you when I traveled, I would let you see where I was at. And this is my room at the Denali Princess Lodge up in Denali National Park, where I'm traveling and going to spend the next day or so, and looking at moose and Denali and all sorts of wonderful things. What I wanted to talk tonight, though, doesn't have much to do with Denali. It is about a presidential order that was signed this week. Number 46 signed a Defense Production Act, which some in the truther community are saying this is a very subtle way to invite the military to take a more active role in the country's affairs, because if they do so without invitation, it violates the Constitution. When I look at this energy bill, it looks like on the surface, it is about green energy. That's what it says it is. However, to invoke that production bill, number 46 had to declare an emergency, and an emergency that was of a degree to invite the military to help make changes and corrections. So let me show you where I found this on the government website. If you'd like to read more about it yourself, hang on just a second. My portable equipment's a little slower. So if you go to www.energy.gov, you will find this article about how 46 invoked the Defense Production Act to accelerate domestic manufacturing of clean energy. And he did that on June 6th of 2022. By the way, today is still Thursday, June 9th, 2022. It'll be, if I can get this on today, it'll be the second one with the same date, but they were 20 some hours apart. So anyway, I wanted to ask the cards about this. Should we be getting hopeful? Is this Defense Production Act a very subtle, non-alarming way to begin the process of some governmental corrections? And I'm going to phrase the question pretty much like that so we can see just exactly what's going on. One moment, I'll change the cards and the pin so you can watch me work with the cards, and we'll see what we have. Our first card is the Ten of Wands. Then we have the Strength card. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Two of Swords and the Knight of Cups. One moment, I'll be back and we'll talk about those cards. Okay, well, here's our cards. The situation is the Ten of Wands, which is the ending of something. And the tens usually mean a finale. And the wands usually indicate a lot of hard work. We have the Strength card that's kind of bolstering the situation here. And yes, part of the reason that this was done was to, at least in the administrator's eyes, strengthen the United States green energy policies and procedures. But in the recent past, the Page of Cups is shown here. And he is usually about pleasant surprises. So there is more to the story than simply the Defense Production Act. In the present, we have the Nine of Cups, which means we're 90% of the way there. Now, I don't know if that means 90% of the way with number 46's time in office or what, but we are on the home stretch with the 90%. Okay. Now, in the near future, okay, we have the Six of Cups, which is a multi-generational, whatever's happening is going to benefit the children. And you know, this is all about the children and future generations. Now, there still involves some patient waiting. That's our number one clarification card here, that we still are going to be doing some waiting, 10% more. Okay. We're going to have to be careful because the Knight of Cups can be tricky. So we're going to need to still be on our guard, not get too excited. Again, cautious optimism is always the word of the day these days, isn't it? So let's see if there's a little more. I'm going to pick the next few cards and throw them down. Let's see if there's a little more advice or information coming from the cards. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay. We have the Ten of Cups. Celebration. Yeah. Men, women, and children celebrating. There's just no other way to read that. Wheel of Fortune means that this time, this painful time that we have been in with our dysfunctional republic and number 46, there is change. And a lot of us in a very small way are part of it. Okay. How? We're making this manifest, folks. The Magician is about manifestation. We hope that that manifestation is done in balance. Okay. But we who have been praying and meditating and picturing the world in an improved place with some corrections made, in our political structure changing, and even our very reality changing to becoming a world where our little ones are safe, where our elections have integrity. We are helping to make that happen, and it is in the process. We're 90% there, and things are changing, and the Wheel of Fortune is always turning, but it is turning, and it's going to turn slowly. Hey, how about 1,000 years of it for things good for humanity? Okay, so your homework, folks, is to continue using your prayer powers, your meditation powers, your visualizing powers. Picture this world the way you want it to be and conduct yourself in that world as if you were already there. So if you want a kinder world, you be kinder. You want people to be more generous, you be more generous. Okay? It starts with us. But we have so much strength. We have strength, evil fears. Claim it and use it. That's it for this video from Denali National Park. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And thank you for joining me. Your time is valuable, and I really appreciate it. Good night.